Hi, I'm Randy Hollenbeck, and this is the Music Roundtable. Today on the show, we're featuring bands playing at the Deutschtown Music Festival in Pittsburgh, PA on July 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Can you introduce yourself and what instrument you play?
My name is Evan Dean. I play guitar and lead vocals in the Evan Dean band.
How would you describe your band's sound?
I would describe our sound as kind of a gritty rock and roll blues, modern blues rock with high energy, a lot of soul and passion, driving backbeat. We got a great rhythm section, and I'm fronting the band, playing guitar, singing.
How long have you been together as a band?
This configuration of the band has been together for 2 years. This is our second summer together. I brought in a new rhythm section last April, in April of 2021. And those guys, Ben Trick and Matt Kennedy, have been with me, and Joseph Malone, who plays keys and also sings. We've all been together now. This is going into our second summer. So a little over a year and a half, but two performing summers now.
Who are some of your musical influences?
I would say Allman Brothers is a big influence of mine. Led Zeppelin. I listen to a lot of classic stuff, blues, um, Eric Clapton, BB King, um, a lot of the good classic blues guys, Muddy Waters. Staples, the guys who really built the sound and established themselves early on as the forerunners of blues, electric blues, and those are the guys that I think that I've used as models for me. Now, more modern guys, I would say Marcus King. I like there's some really cool modern blues bands that I listen to a lot, like Blackberry Smoke. Um, Whenever somebody asks me this question, there's always a moment where I'm like, oh shit, I hope I don't blank out on all the bands that I like. So forgive me if I forget some people that I really dig and listen to often. But Southern Avenue is a great band. They're a little more soul influenced, but I personally have a wide range of bands and musicians that I like. Um, Stevie Wonder is one of my favorite artists of all time. I don't necessarily write music like him, but I do play a number of his covers, and I love the music that he wrote. But I'm not trying to be Stevie. There's only one Stevie. But yeah, there's a ton of bands that I could say I have drawn some kind of influence from, but the major ones I would say are the Allman Brothers, Led Zeppelin, um, Cream.
How many times have you played the Deutschtown Music Festival?
This is our first time. This is our first time. So so the Evan Dean band is making a transition to being an original band. We started off as a cover band, and that kind of evolved out of my solo performances as a solo acoustic performer, which I've done for a long time. And as I got better and grew as an artist, I wanted to do more. And I always played electric guitar. Actually, playing more acoustic was a later development. But as my acoustic performances grew and expanded, I played more shows. I started to get um, more requests to, do you have a band? Can you put a band together? So in 2015, I put a band together, and I hadn't performed with a band prior to that, probably for, I don't know, 3 years or so. And so I put a previous version of this band together, and that band played all covers, and we played around Pittsburgh and tri-state area. Um, and then, as I said before, in April of 2021, I brought in a new rhythm section because I knew after the pandemic, I had a lot of time during the pandemic. It's not exactly done, but I had a lot of time to sit around. All my gigs got canceled, just like everybody else, and I had a lot of time to sit around and think about, what do I really want to do musically. And so I did a lot of writing, and I came back to the original place where it started for me musically, was just being creative and writing songs. And I said, that's really what I want to do. I've been playing covers, and that's been good for me. It helped me grow. It helped me to evolve as a musician, and learn a lot about songwriting. And that was good. But it was time for me to move on and get back to being a creative artist. And so um, that really drove me in. We had a couple of gigs in the spring of 2020 with that previous lineup. And then through the rest of the fall and winter, I just started looking for a new rhythm section, and I found Matt and Ben, and we clicked. It just worked. It worked really well, and so I started writing, and we started writing some things together, and it just started to fall in place. And so now we've got those songs under our belt, and we've got some recordings that we're going to be releasing. We're releasing the first song this on July 31st. We're going to release our first single called Twilight Highway. Really looking forward to that, and seeing what people think about it. I think people are going to be really surprised, and they're going to dig it. And yeah, really excited about creating original music again. So Deutschtown was never really an option for a cover band, which I was prior to, um, about a year ago. So I'm excited. I'm fired up about it.
Can you tell me about that song, Twilight Highway?
Yeah. Twilight Highway is a song about getting on the road, getting on 79. I had a girlfriend in Ohio in at the beginning of the pandemic, and I don't know if you were trying to date anybody in the pandemic, but trying to date in the pandemic was basically like online dating. That was, nothing was open. You couldn't really go anywhere and meet people. You had to get online. You had to get in the apps to meet anybody. So that's what I did. And I met this girl in Ohio, and we hit it off, and we started a relationship. And so we were together for a while, almost a year. And so I would drive out to Ohio a lot to see her. And this one night in the summer of 2021, I was driving out there, and it was sun was going down, and I was headed west, right? So I was headed right into the sunset. And I just remember watching that sun and the way it just lit up the sky, and just being all super excited about going to see her. And so that's where that song was born out of. It was born out of the energy and the excitement of going to see somebody you like and you cared about, and you're excited. And yeah, so that song has a lot of energy and bounce to it, but it's still got some rock and roll grit to it. And I'm really proud of that song.
What time, day, and venue are you playing at?
We are playing outside Mike's Beer Bar on Friday the 22nd at 9 p.m.
What other bands are you looking forward to checking out at the festival?
Well, I'm buddies with a couple guys in the Roof, and they were scheduled to play with us on that night, and unfortunately they had to pull out. But a couple of the other bands that are going to be there earlier in the night. preceding us. I'm excited to see. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be able to see them because I have another gig, a solo acoustic gig out in Greensburg at 6. So I'm going to have to go out to Greensburg and then rush back, and I may catch the act right before us, which I think is No X and Nixon. But I am going to be spending some time looking over the weekend's list of events and see what I can make. I have another gig on Saturday night, so that's the downside of being a professional musician and playing a lot, is that I miss a lot of the shows that I would like to see because I'm gigging myself. But I'll find some good ones and I will check them out.
Do you got anything special planned for your set list at the festival?
We do have something special planned. We are going to play one cover, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. And it's a cover that we do our own unique version of, and it's not something that people who follow us have ever heard before. So you're going to have to come check it out if you want to see what it is. You never know, I might do something crazy and jump off the stage besides. I don't know. We'll see.
How can we get contact your band? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter?
Yeah, you can contact us on Facebook at Evan Dean Band and on Instagram at evandean.band. You could also go to our website, which is evandeanband.com. And if you go to either of those places, you can send us a Facebook message or, a message. Don't worry, we won't bite you. And if we do bite, we won't bite too hard.
Thank you for coming on the show today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Thanks for having me on, Randy. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. I'm looking forward to this weekend of lots of music. So thanks for giving me the opportunity to get out and talk about it. I hope that your listeners will go check out our song on Spotify and the other streaming media. It's going to be all the major media, and it will be released on July 31st. So go check it out. Twilight Highway by the Evan Dean Band.